Alright guys, we're back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and I figure I may as well get this video done now rather than later because there is a lot of discussing that we need. Should I pull on the new Magic Society banner, or should I pull for Vasalorde Ichigo and Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra? Because when this end of month banner is going to drop, the mid-month banner is still going to be live for 4 more days, up until May 4th, so there is going to be a bit of a choosing whether to summon on the premium banner or the limited seasonal banner, because yes, this is indeed another 1000-year blower seasonal banner. So in my opinion, I think you guys should prioritize this banner right here because you get way more value for your account overall. Whether you're a new player or you're a veteran, there's just a lot more things that you can pull from here compared to the premium banner. However, the premium banner does have some really good things, such as a powerful ranged Squad Zero killer, a powerful ranged Espada killer that completely replaces Masaki. And yes, I do deem Ulquiorra to be so much better than Masaki after actually getting my hands on him. And I had a lot of negativity around Ulquiorra when I first saw his gameplay. So yeah, just letting you guys know, but the banner's value is not that good. Not that good. You have so many old fillers, especially from like the bottom row from Gin all the way up to the 7th anniversary characters. It's like the only realistically good valued characters is this Tosher, who was a farmer, and then the Valentine's Day characters, but that's not really saying much at the end of the day. And these two characters are in the premium pool, so if you were to start saving your BBS tickets and you use them by the time the 10th anniversary part 1 banner goes live, there's still a chance that you can pull them. These are not limited characters in any way, shape, or form. And how you can check is by looking at the premium summons. Go into the info, go to character pool, and you will see the list of all characters that are added to the premium pool, which means yes, you can pull them from tickets. And Ichigo and Ulquiorra are indeed in here. And fun enough, when they came out, I was TP hunting for some of my links, and I managed to stumble upon getting both Dark and Hannibal one way or another. And these are very recent premium characters, so if I can get them, there's also a chance that you guys can also get Ichigo and Ulquiorra. So, in my opinion, that banner overall just has a lot more value, even though for Guild Quest, yeah, there's definitely a reason why you would want to pull for Ulquiorra. Now, let's just go over the banner real quick. Now, before we dive into this, just let this be known, by the time the banner drops, we are going to be 2.5 months away from the 10th anniversary. And by then, we should be getting our next meta-defining characters, the next broken units to stand alongside 9th anniversary Kenpachi, Gremi, and Fullbring Ichigo, potentially being even better than those 3 characters by far, which is why you guys want to prioritize your orbs. There's also going to be a part 2 and a part 3 to the anniversary, because mid-month, if you guys remember, we got 1000-year blower Shinji and Kensei, which were crackheads at the end of the day. And before even the anniversary started, we had a whole prelude to the 9th anniversary, which gave us a remake of Mugetsu, Airsoul Shunsui, and Nanao. And once you get to step 10, you get the pity ticket, and you'll be able to guarantee Mugetsu, Shunsui, or Nanao of your choosing. I can see something happening of that caliber again for mid-month of June. So you guys want to make sure you have as many orbs possible. Now, how many steps you guys should do? I want to say at max 10 if you guys really care about the characters. But if you guys don't want to spend too much, I'm gonna be honest, minimum 5 steps, because the banner's value, in my opinion, is very good when you take all things into consideration. You have the 3 new characters, Giselle, Askin, and Asnot, but then you look at the filler pool. What a great filler pool with only a couple of dead characters, and this is a 50-step banner with no unfeatured, so you literally just get to pull these characters right here. Oetsu, who was like not even 8 months old, is already back as a filler alongside Tenjiro, and he is still a triple S character for the speed attribute. This guy is insane. I'm going to dive more into detail about this character. And then you have Tenjiro, who is one of the best support characters for any given Soul Reaper that you use for any Guild Quest rotation in general. And then you have the Swimsuit Bambis, which are still really good. Toshiro, still a great supporter for melee captain. And then Minina, Ichigo, and Yama, it's dependent on your account where it's looking like, realistically speaking. But we're gonna go more into deep discussion about that. But first, I think we should start by breaking down every single individual character. Starting it off with Giselle. Giselle is going to be your new melee Soul Reaper Killer Plus lead for the Soul Reaper Guild presentation. Now, we already do have Power 1000 Year Blower Bambi, which still does really good. Even at 1.5 with Christmas Grammy and 9th Anniversary Grammy, you can get like around 50 plus seconds with the man. That it's insane. So like, if you guys even have the character and even duped out, I think you guys can pretty much easily skip this Giselle right here and not have to worry about this banner overall, because I took a good look into it via Last Notice, and their performance are actually very similar. Shoutouts to the French homies for this, but this is Last Notice. Just search up Last Notice BBS via Google or whatever type of search engine that you guys are using, and the performance is actually really similar between the two characters. So yeah, even though Giselle might seemingly get a bit of a faster clear time, yeah, you can choose not to summon for this character, but if you do not have Bambi, I think that Giselle will be a great addition for when it comes to improving your guild quest scores overall. That being said, the only thing that I'll have to specify when it comes to the unit is the fact that, well, the unit doesn't have any type of guild quest skills, which, I mean, it's to be expected. The character was made for Limit Breaker overall, which I do not mind. It is a nice change of pace after the many guild quest leads that we have gotten thus far. And it's the kit. I think that Giselle's kit, compared to Bambi, where he has a 3k length beam, 960, and then the trap mechanic for being able to inflict burn with ease and get the most out of his damage, I think that he has a much better kit. But Giselle is still really good, because she has, or he has, Giselle is literally a god, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Spoiler warning for those that did not watch the 1000 Year Blower arc. Yumichika exposed him. No, I've got nothing else to add. But anywho, Giselle's kit, he has a Suction Vortex 750 AoE in front, so it's basically the same SA1 that Bankai Senjumaru has, the Speed, as Nodt, Parasol Shinji, like, it's the same kind of kit. Whereas the SA2 is going to be through Shikai Ichigo's Lunge, where it's a 960 into 1020. The mags are split, and it's 60-60, and then has a full screen 1200 radius SA3 in front. And this character can proc Dominate Plus on all of his attacks and be able to get away with it. So yeah. And the EX move is pretty much the same as Parasol Shinji. You just do a 900 radius AoE all around the character, and have a very high chance of being able to inflict Dominate Plus. So it's a really nice EX move to use when you're out of strong attacks. Even though the mags aren't too high, it's still a usable one at that. So let's just leave it where it needs to be said. Strong attack radius time of -14%, with Sprint +1, Havoc of 20%, and Marauder. And then the skill set, very good. I've got no complaints. He, she, it has Frenzy +2, Berserker 80, Bombardment +1, Debilitator of +7 seconds, damage to dominated enemies of 100%, increased status element chance against Soul Reapers, weakened defense, 80% SP boost, and weakened duration -100%. Now, there is some things that I do need to specify. This character is already taking in some of the buffs from characters that you would normally use buff said Quincy's, because normally you would bring 9th Anniversary Remy and also the Mugetsu Link to pair alongside. With this character, you do not need to use the Mugetsu Link as a whole, because he has this Team Party Mind Attribute character strong attack damage of 20%. This is a same name skill, even though it is for a specific attribute, where Giselle already has the Mugetsu Link in effect via the skill. So bringing the Mugetsu Link will essentially do nothing, and also has the same damage to element affected enemy skill that Gremmy has, where Giselle is able to buff any given Quincy and do 30% more damage to element affected enemies. Which at that point, you're bringing 9th Anniversary Grammy only to give Giselle the only buff that he can get, which is the 20% strong attack damage buff to any given Quincy, which not a lot of characters have access to. So when it comes to damage multipliers, it is a bit of a weird kind of thing because it's already stacked and you just want Grammy just for more strong attack damage, which is very interesting to know. I think with this character, if you're like in a good position, you can actually get away with using both Giselle and Bambi on the same rotation and get potentially even higher scores. Just make sure you have Christmas Grammy on the team and you're pretty much all set to go. And if you do not have Bambi, True Shikai is indeed an option since he can inflict Lacerate and do a lot of damage. Now, there's another thing. This character does not have Poise Break, but considering with how the Dominate status element works, I don't think Giselle realistically needs it because once you inflict Dominate, the enemies don't attack you. They start attacking each other, and when they do, you do not take any damage, so I think it's alright for this one character to not have Poise Break as a whole. They kind of learned from how they made Shinji, where they gave him Poise Break, which in my opinion was kind of wasted on him. But yeah, you guys get the point. Other than that, I think Giselle is a very great character. I think that, finally, this is a mind character that actually is better than both Isshin and Yuha. Not a triple S character like Ichigo, Kenpachi, or Remy, but we're getting close. Hopefully, by the 10th anniversary, we'll see ourselves a very broken mind and power character, which is what we need right now in this game, realistically speaking. And then, going into Asnot, he is going to be the ranged Captain Killer Nadbot for the Guild Quest rotation in particular. And this is our very first Nad character that can boost and debuff all at once, which in my opinion, it's very strong. And this character will not be able to spam his strong attacks as most other GQ bots. The only thing that he is going to be getting back consistently is just the SA1, which by the way, it's an 18% shave, which I do not mind at all. So yeah, in my opinion, they've only missed the mark with giving this character the attack boost skill. This was such a great opportunity to be able to give him that, since it is a Golden Week unit at the end of the day, and they just chose to go for the particular same thing. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but I welcome what he got because he has a debuff rate of 33%. I stated 43% in my previous video. Turned out to be wrong, so I figure I may as well address it now. But it's still a debuff nonetheless. Like, once you apply that, oh yeah, that's actually pretty strong with the fact that you're also going to be boosting your allies. Yeah, that's actually crazy to take note of. But besides that, he has 115% bruiser, with Sprinter +1 long reach, and has sharpshooter at the end of the day, so nullify range, resistance, and guard break. And he also has the increased element chance against Soul Reapers, with damage to paralyzed enemies of 40%, with Enhancer, Poise, Paralysis Immunity, Booster, Diminisher. I think that Diminisher, in my opinion, could easily get replaced for, like, the attack boost, because, yeah, sure, it's to prolong the effect of the debuff, but once Asnot debuffs, you'll already be done with the enemy mobs. I think it just needs to go, if you guys ask me. And then killer effect of 30%, you're never going to get that outside Guild Quest, but in Guild Quest he has 50%, range damage of 10%, 30% in Guild Quest, and then has Flurry +1, Flurry +2 in Guild Quests. So yeah, it's just, I wish he had the attack boost, but we're kind of getting close to it. Like, a lot of normal attacking characters are getting status elements, again, because of the ailment plus mechanic that every single one of these end-month characters are getting, and it's just such a shame that we're not getting that skill back at all yet. What's stopping Caleb from doing so? And it's not like we're going to be getting Flurry +2 consistently everywhere else, so why not, man? Why not? But other than that, this is a character you still want to get because he just completely replaces both the likes of Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra and Christmas Neliel altogether with just this one unit, just being able to boost and debuff, and then you can just get away with getting in 9th Anniversary Grammy to be able to buff up this Asnot, and guess who you're going to be using as your main lead? You mind 1,000-year blower Candice. Honestly, it might be possible to get 50 seconds with just Candice and Asnot at 1.5. I'm just saying. I could still be wrong, but other than that, still a good character to have, in my opinion. I can see this guy being very, very good. You can even use this guy in all rotations, realistically speaking. I don't think it's gonna be as effective as Christmas Grammy, where he has a 53% focus boost, but it's still great nonetheless, so yeah, it's a viable option. Askin, I mean, he's kind of the sleeper of the banner. He is a farmer, and if you already have access to the likes of the Tech Halibel that farms super potions, you don't realistically need this character as much, especially if you already have the other technique super potion characters by far, so yeah. That being said, I've been getting questions asked, hey, can I use this character over 7th Anniversary Ichigo? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, you can use this character over 7th Anniversary Ichigo, but the way of how I see it is that this is a second coming of a 1000 Year Below Ringiku, where Ringiku just had range collision of strong attacks and was not even great for Guild Quest, and in Limit Breaker Quest, the character was dead. This character also has range collision strong attacks, but the only difference is that they've made him into a farmer, which in my opinion, if you're gonna give the character that kind of set of strong attacks, yeah, I think making the character into a farmer is going to be completely fine, because of the simple matter of fact that co-op is ridiculously easy. The only thing that they really need to do right now is revamp it as a whole, and then I can see usages in Askin, or the likes of co-op, or any other farmer that we have gotten this year thus far, realistically speaking. But yeah, Sword Burst / a Ronker killer, so he has double killers. It's the first time in a long time for an SP character to get double killers. I think the last one was like Holobankai Tosh, but you guys get the point. And then I believe this is the second technique character to get the soul trait again, strong attack damage of 20% with recharge of -12%, and then innate skills of Smear +1, Havoc of 20, and complete status immunity, and also comes with a mini defeated enemy bonus. Defeat 20, you unlock 20% more Berserker, and defeat 40, you essentially get the Mugetsu link to activate. So, yeah. And then, the 6-star abilities, he gets Frenzy +2, Berserker of 40%, Debilitator +2 seconds, damage to poison enemies of 60%, Sharpshooter, Poise, hits hidden enemy chance 100%, Speed Droplet drop of 30%, Speed Link slot potions of +5, and Super Speed Link slot potions of +10, with 80% SP boost and increased status element chance against speed attribute enemies. The skill set is really effective. I don't mind this whatsoever, and I think it's overall really good. I mean, farmers are not really meant to be broken because it's easy. You can just use them, tackle on the quest, and just be completely fine. So it's like, it's kind of a whatever kind of thing. But if you guys want to know the kit, Askin has the Halibel SA1. The SA2 is going to be the Tokinata Vortex into pushback attack, and then he has a full screen 1200 radius SA3, so yeah, that's all you guys really need to know about this character. And now we can talk about the fillers, because these, in my opinion, are very well worth talking about. Alright, so going into the character fillers, starting off with Oetsu, this guy is an absolute crackhead of a character. This guy, when at 2.5+, he can get 52 seconds remaining in the EX Nightmare Guild Quest, and if you guys can get him 5.5, this character should very well be capable of getting even 55, and I consider this guy to be as good as the 9th Anniversary characters, and still a top 4 best character in the game, which is why I have him at SS. But now that we have an additional 2 extra waves, and they do decide to keep the boss as a technique attribute, Oetsu is going to be doing a lot less damage, and once you get into the extra waves, you will be without the gauge active, and you do not have access to the soul bomb anymore, be able to build it up. So there is maybe going to be some problems if you have him at 1.5 that you might not even clear the quest, which is why in my video of the tier list, I've stated that depending on how his performance is, I might drop him down to SS. But I think that if you guys have him at 2.5+, and potentially even 5.5, you should still be able to clear all of the extra waves if you have him duped out. At 5.5, he's going to be more than 5. 2.5, we'll see. 1.5, I think he's cooked if he has typing disadvantage. But that's pretty much about it. Everything about this guy, what he does, he's just cracked. He's just cracked because he has Frenzy +2, 140% purity. We're going to call this type of skill purity because it's easier, so instead of damage to enemies not afflicted by an element, it's that. And also has bombardment +1, has fire immunity with gauge rampage, long stride, poise break, star gauge of 70%, and strong attack reach time of -12% with weakened defense. And every time you activate the gauge, you'll get your cooldowns back by 30%, and you'll be able to activate the strong attacks once more, making this guy very, very fast, very, very efficient, and he's just cracked, realistically speaking. He comes with Havoc, Marauder, and Sprinter +2, which is already crazy enough as it is. And once you unlock the gauge skills, this guy will have access to 100% additional Berserker and another Frenzy. So this guy, once you get everything active, you'll have Frenzy 3, 140% Purity, and 100% Berserker. Meaning that this guy is going to hit so goddamn hard, he will not need to inflict status elements to even get any additional type of damage, and this guy just needs strong attack damage. That's all he needs. As support characters, just characters that give him strong attack damage, which is so stupid. It's not even funny. And his kit is fantastic as well. He has a 3k length beam, as well as the 870 lunge, like Unohana, and then it has a 1200 radius full screen attack. And he also has an EX move. It's a bit of a slow EX move, but now I managed to find some use in it for Guild Quest, so it's not as bad as I once thought about it. It's just slow with activating, and you are kind of stun locked, but that's really just about it, really. Other than that, fantastic character. I hope we get more characters like Oetsu in the future, because we need that. He's still the only character after almost 7+ months since he's come out. Tenjiro, now, he's going to be another boring normal attacking character for Guild Quest, but lads, you want him for the support. Not only is he capable of helping you clear the ranged human Guild Quest, but this guy buffs every single Soul Reaper. He already has the SA2 that can boost, and has the booster skill. So you're already looking at a 43% additional focus that you can get onto your Soul Reapers already. And then he has this skill right here. Team Party, Soul Reaper damage to status element affected enemies of +30%. If you bring this guy with the likes of the Heart Zangetsu, for characters like Fullbring Bankai Ichigo, or you bring this guy with either the Speed Shinji, or even Can't Fear Your Own World Kisuke, who buff 9th Anniversary Kenny, they will all be mega juiced by this character. And you'll do way more stuff. Way more stuff. Even Unohana can still take advantage of this guy right here. It's only characters like Toshiro and Byakuya that don't really make too much usage out of this character, because they already have the same skill that Tenjiro has, so that's really just about it. But any given Soul Reaper, they'll be able to take advantage of this guy. Even the new full Hollow Ichigo for Range Squad 0 Guild Quest. Just run Tenjiro and bring either Can't Fear Your Own World Kisuke, or bring the Speed Fierce Battle Shuhei. And there you guys go! He's gonna be able to get at 2.5, 52, 53 seconds, maybe even 54 if you get crazy RNG. Which is why he's a crackhead for when it comes to support. But besides that, looking at everything else, you can pretty much expect more so the same kind of skills, similar to Asnot. He has an 85% bruiser, as you guys can see right here, with Flurry +1, Flurry +2 in Guild Quest, Debilitator, Enhancer, Healer, Extra Killer Effect in Guild Quest. Outside of that, it's 30% with Medic, Poise, and range damage of 10%, 30% in Guild Quest. So you guys get the point, and he can inflict status elements on his normal attacks and his SA1. Now, I don't think the kit matters too much. Oh yeah, he also has Sharpshooter, by the way. Freeze immunity and Sprint +2. But yeah, as I was saying, it doesn't matter too much. He has, I believe it was a lunge or an AoE distant attack. I think it's more so of an AoE distant attack. Now, the only problem with this character is the fact that he has a beam. So sometimes, when it comes to clearing Wave 1 as fast as possible, he may actually sometimes screw up your positioning, meaning that you might need to get a bit more resets in with the character, depending on who you're using, if you can flash stuff fast enough to kill with your strong attacks. And that's pretty much about it. And then you have a full screen 1000 radius SA3, so yeah. Easily still one of the best supports for any given Soul Reaper, and you want to pull this character. I need this character. I don't have him on my account. I hope to God my curse ends by the time I summon on this character. Now, up next we have the Swimsuit Bambis, and while only one of them has less value, I gotta talk about Bambi and Candice. Now, Bambi, he's been replaced by Asnot, but don't let that fool you. This character still works for Guild Quest. My only complaint about this character is the kit. It's literally just the kits that I have a problem with. The skill set, I'm fine with. She has Frenzy 2, Frenzy 3 in Guild Quest, 40% Berserker, increased element chance against all Ronkors, and then has an extra killer effect, extra melee damage with Long Stride, Marauder, and the 80% SP boost, and she can inflict paralysis and lacerate on all of her attacks, which is really, really strong. And then she also has the defeated enemy bonus of being able to get, I believe, an extra killer effect, 20%, so I guess you can say she has a mini killer plus at the end of the day. And she has Havoc of 20%, Freeze immunity, and Sprint +1. And this is the only issue I have with the character. It's the kits. He has a 3k length beam as an SA2, which in my opinion it's pretty bad. Makes it very linear for when it comes to using the character in Guild Quest. And she has the Suction Vortex. Bro, you could have easily given her the 3k length beam on the SA1, or just completely remove the beam altogether and just give her a 960, and I think it would be so much better, realistically speaking. And then she has an SA3 of 1200 radius. So yeah, if you do not have Asnot, this is a great character to pull. But guess what? Even if you have Asnot, getting this character will help you improve Melee or Ronker Guild Quest, because you're going to be able to synchronize both of the characters together, bring 9th Anniversary Grammy, and you can potentially get even higher scores. I'm talking 54 plus, by the way, with Asnot and Bambi together. So yeah, I've seen that happen, and literally it has to do with how they can synergize well for the actual Melee or Ronker Guild Quest. It's not even funny, man. It really isn't. Candice, she is the only normal attacking character for the likes of ranged Sternritter Guild Quest, and you want to have this character if you do not have access to, like, if you summoned for the speed Asnot. Because, well, you have everything that you would expect. Flurry +1, Flurry +2 in Guild Quest, killer effect of 30%, you're never gonna get that. 50 in Guild Quest, range damage, sharpshooter, weaken immunity, poise, 80% bruiser. I thought she had a little more. Speed attribute character, normal attack damage of 20%, and has the booster skill. And yeah, she helps Holobankai Tosho for the Guild Quest rotation. Easily lets you get 50 plus seconds if you have him 5-5. Maybe even less dupes, but you guys get the point. It doesn't matter too much. She got this kind of SA. The only annoying thing is the fact that her SA2 is a beam, and then you have a 975 radius in front. But yeah, other than that, you want to get this character for the likes of Ranged Sternritter Guild Quest, similar to Apache. Minina, she is going to be the farmer once more, this time around for heart super potions. He doesn't farm droplets, funny enough, but gets freaking coin drop. Now, that being said, I think she's fine for co-op, realistically speaking. Even when she came out and before we got the co-op revamp, which I can't really call it a revamp anymore because of how dead it was, this character was very effective because she had Frenzy +2, a Purity, and also Berserker of 50%, and was able to kill off the enemy mobs, and even had the likes of Pierce Iron Skin. Where was it? Hold on, I don't even see the skill. Either I'm blind. Yeah, there we go. Guard Break plus Pierce Iron Skin with Havoc of 20% and Sprinter +1. And she had the Yasushiro SA1. Now, for when it comes to hard content, not good, but for co-op, because it's easy, yeah, the SA1 actually works. SA2, 870 lunge, and then you have a full screen 1200 radius SA3 with this character. Other than that, still great. If you do not have any other mind farmer that can farm heart potions, this is a character that you definitely do want to pick up in the long run. Now, here is the Brave Battle Minina, the normal canon one, and I'll definitely say, if you have her at low dupes, she's cooked against Milaro, realistically speaking. But if you guys do somehow happen to get this character 5 out of 5, I guess going for like a defensive build won't be too bad, realistically speaking. I don't remember if she's immune to weakening. No, she's not. So, I think she's cooked. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, he's a character with persistence, so against any other PvP character, like Orihime, Renji, Sajin, she'll be able to work just fine. It's Askin, and Mila Rose that can actually cook her up. But if you do not have any other broken Brave Battle character, getting this character won't be too bad at the end of the day. She does inflict confusion, even though it doesn't really do much in the meta. And if you do not have a character that blocks buffs or debuffs like Sajin or Mila Rose, if you get the Soul Bomb, you'll be able to debuff the enemy mobs with the Soul Bomb. But that's pretty much about it, realistically speaking. She was never really too broken on release. It was just another persistence character that we got in the meta and nothing more. Now, Tosher, on the other hand, if you do not have Senjumaru completely duped out, there's still a purpose to use this character for, because he is a normal attacking character with the same Guild Quest skills, can boost on the SA2, has a godly link, by the way, full stamina only, increased normal attack damage of 40%, can inflict freeze, and this character just is a regular normal attacking character that will be able to help you in the Guild Quest rotation as a whole, and also comes with Star Bear, so he'll be able to keep his full stamina, normal attack damage that he has via the soul trait, and yeah, this guy will help you get pretty good scores in the likes of Melee Captain overall. And let's say you still are using Unohana, maybe using this character will still have some value at the end of the day, although at that point I would probably bring Tenjiro and then just bring a Shinji, because she'll still be able to do it. Maybe not against the extra waves if she has typing disadvantage, but you guys get the point. Dodge Soul Reaper damage, Marauder, and Sprint +1. It doesn't matter too much. AoE Distant Attack, a Walk-in Vortex on the SA2, and then the SA3 900 radius all around him. But yeah, this is a good support pickup to get for the Melee Captain Guild Quest. Yama, another Brave Battle character, doesn't have persistence. I think he's cooked, realistically speaking. I don't need to say anything else. Ichigo, there's a lot better hard characters nowadays. He is just a character that was made for co-op and was the very first character to get Pierce Iron Skin. Back when co-op was very difficult and annoying to go through, this character broke the game and gave us Pierce Iron Skin. Now, co-op isn't as hard as it once used to be. You can use so many different hard characters and do the job that this guy does. But he's still a fun character. I'll give it that. He has Friendly 2, Purity, Bruiser's kind of wasted. Underground enemies with Pierce Iron Skin, Marauder, shared complete immunity, Sprint +2. And he has a 3K length beam, full screen SA2, full screen SA3. I like the kit. At the end of the day, it's still one of my favorite kits that we have in the game. I just wish we kind of got to see a little bit more of that, but it's unfortunate. But let's just say, even if you have True Shikai, Kilgay, Fullbring, Ichigo, yeah, this one, yeah, he's seen better days. I'm not gonna cap. Like I said before, if I didn't already, this is a 50-step format. So once you go to step 25, you'll get the pity ticket. If you do 50 steps, which I don't recommend any of you guys do that. If you guys do that, I hope you guys know you're not going to be able to summon for the anniversary. You'll be able to pick, besides the 3 new characters, a 1,000-year blower character of you choosing from the start of the game all the way up to Ishin and Masaki, which isn't even worth it, by the way. The overall pool of characters is outdated by now, so don't do that. Trust, just don't. And, yeah, that's pretty much about it. You can choose to go for the individual banners if you do not really care about the filler pool, although I don't really see a reason as to why you would do that when the banner itself is actually really good, because take a look at what we have from everything else. I don't think the individuals are that good. Okay, Giselle has access to Shunsui and Zalapur, which, by the way, Zalapur has actually gotten a boost in value now because of Heart Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra for the likes of Ranged Espada Guild Quest. If you do not have, per se, the Murcielago Ulquiorra that gives out 40% damage to element-affected enemies for Heart or Ronkers, this Zalapur will be able to do the exact same thing. So if you do not have him, this is a worthwhile pickup. Yachiru is just a droplet farmer. Yama, a droplet farmer, nothing else. And then this Shinsui, still one of the best normal attacking characters for the Ranged Halt Guild Quest. As not, you have Yukio in here, which is still good. Like, even if you have Ulquiorra and you don't have Parasol Momo or Cacao Society Ulquiorra, you can still pick this character up just fine and still be able to use him in the likes of Guild Quest, realistically speaking. Grimjaw's seen better days. This Nell's still good for farming super potions, and then the Stark is just a link, full stamp 30. Askin, I mean, yeah, sure, there's Nell, but she's already dead thanks to Asnot, so I wouldn't really recommend picking her up. Ginjo, he's dead right now, but if we do get a heart human in the future, this guy's value might go up. Tsukishima is dead, Miri is dead, nothing else to really talk about, so yeah, let me know if you guys are gonna summon, let me know how many steps you guys are gonna plan to do, and just be careful. Be careful. We're going to be 2.5 months away from the anniversary. The worst thing you can do is use up all your orbs and have no orbs for the anniversary. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification if you guys want to stay up to date with the content. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. I will be summoning. I will be streaming my summons. So if you guys want to tune in, do everything that I just stated. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys next time. So take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.